What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Real Deal Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Keeona, and I'm here with Owen and Drew.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
Pretty okay today. We're coming up on spring break.
So looking forward to that.
Ready to be done. Ready to be
Same.
done.
Like ready to graduate or like...
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
It's been long enough. Ready to go.
I'm this close, guys. I'm over it. I'm
Like,
so over it.
the senioritis has started to kick in for me like a little bit this past week, so like I'm right there with you.
Yeah,
but-
for real deal, I'm like, this is great. I love this. And
Yeah.
Like, classes and work, I'm like, over it.
No.
Yeah, me too, because I have so much to do, but not going to get into
Anyways.
that. But today's topic, we are going to be discussing, obviously the Oscars are near, they're upon us. I'm so excited to be watching them. It's basically homework for me, but we did like an episode where we talked about this year's nominations and who we think are going to win this year, but we decided to dive in and take some hot takes about some movies, some actors that didn't or did not get nominated. So basically this is like a Snubs episode pretty much of who we think should have gotten nominated. And I have a big list on my laptop.
There are so many big lists on your laptop.
I know, because I do my homework. And these are movies that I've seen, or at least I've heard of. But one snub that I got into for this year is Babylon. That was my one snub. Oh man, I wish Zach was here because he could.
Can I ask, what is that movie actually about?
I mean, there's been a few versions of Babylon.
Okay.
But because it was basically a theater play at first,
Okay.
but it was basically okay, here we go. See, I haven't seen it in a while, so that's why I gotta look it up real quick. So it's basically about the rise and fall of multiple characters during Hollywood's transition to silent and sound films in the late 1920s.
Oh, okay.
So
because I saw a bunch of commercials and like marketing for it, and it looked like very visually interesting. I could from those commercials, I could not tell you what it was about, and I feel like most people were in the same boat
yeah.
with it. But my personal opinion.
Yeah, but it should have got nominated for Best Picture at least, and for Margot Robbie. That should have got nominated for Best Actress. And she's also another one on my list for snubs because she's been nominated before, but I feel like she should have won for I, Tonya when she first got nominated.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I was thinking the exact same thing. I had that written down. I was like, I, Tonya. People were talking about it, so I don't want to make it seem like it wasn't a big deal when it came out. But like, it is such a good movie.
It is.
Have you seen it, Owen?
I have not.
It's so good. Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting format where it's like they have talking heads from the characters as if it's like a documentary, but
Right.
It's like a mockumentary.
kind of. But the way it is told and written, you genuinely don't know what happened.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool. What's it called again?
It's called
I, Tonya.
I, Tonya.
And speaking of I, Tonya, the man who played Tanya's husband, Sebastian Stan, I felt like he should have got nominated for Best Supporting Actor because he did
In that role?
Yeah, he did a good job.
You know, he was fantastic. Well, it's weird because if I'm remembering right, they just made him look so different.
I know, and his voice sounded so different.
Yeah. Like I typically am able to like be like, oh, that's Sebastian Stan, whatever. He looked so different. He did a really, really good job with the role. Honestly, everyone.
He did.
And everyone in that.
He
that
really
film was
did.
nice.
And I'm doing this for Zach too because I do remember him telling me that not a lot of horror movies have been nominated, let alone be recognized by the Academy or some sort. But two horror movies that are on my list are Hereditary and the first Halloween movie.
Oh.
I feel like those two should have been nominated at least for some sort of effort. Because Hereditary is great overall, and then Halloween, you can't go wrong with the first Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah,
even though she's nominated this year for the first time.
That's wild to me.
I know.
Yeah.
Because you would never think that because she's played so many of these great roles.
Yeah,
you wouldn't think that she would. You would think that she would be nominated
That's
in the
something
past.
for something. Yeah.
She hasn't. But that's so crazy. But some more movies, and these are kind of like old school movies, like Groundhog Day from 1993, American Psycho, Fruitvale Station that had Michael B. Jordan and Octavia,
okay.
and
Yeah, yeah.
Octavia Spencer with the whole shooting at that whole bus station thing. That was a really good movie. Dear White People in 2014. Do the Right Thing, 1989. And Goodfellas and Pop Fiction.
What? Okay, it's kind of blowing my mind that Goodfellas didn't win anything.
It never got
That's
nominated
insane.
for anything.
That should be a crime.
Yeah.
Goodfellas is awesome.
Right.
It's one of my favorite movies. I
Yeah.
love gangster movies, and yeah, that's insane.
But
I wouldn't have thought.
I'm thinking, I don't know whether The Godfather got nominated either, but
It's probably on this really big list that I have pulled up.
Did Pulp Fiction get nominated for anything?
nope.
No.
I've actually never seen Pulp Fiction.
Neither have I. I just know a lot of people in my film classes are like Pulp Fiction, blah, Fight Club. Blah,
It's like all the film bros.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake
Shut
Gyllenhaal.
up.
Yeah, and I'm sure they're great. But
Yeah, like, they
I
are
don't need to
great.
hear about Memento for the 15th time today.
Right.
Come on, guys, let's calm down.
But then, funny enough, like you meant Jake Gyllenhaal. Is that yeah? Speaking of that, I actually did some acting battles of like who won Best Actor, Best Actress, or Best Supporting Actor and Actress.
Yeah.
Jake Gyllenhaal versus George Clooney, because Jake Gyllenhaal was nominated for Brokeback Mountain for Best Supporting Actor when George Clooney won that category, like way back in the day. Considering like Brokeback Mountain is a good movie, I feel like he should have won that. Cause like he was really good in Brokeback Mountain. Not taking anything away from George Clooney, but
Do you know what he got the award for?
that was the thing. I did my research, but I wasn't that thorough about it.
I've actually never seen Brokeback Mountain.
You haven't?
No, it's not really my kind of movie. I don't think.
Fair enough.
I mean, I'm really used to Goodfellas, gangster movies. I like those.
Fair
Marvel,
enough.
I like those.
stuff like that. I'm not saying that I wouldn't. I mean, I love Heath Ledger, and but I've seen Jake Gyllenhaal, and I've liked. I'll give it a shot.
And that was another thing too. Heath Ledger versus I think it was Philip Seymour Hoffman who won that category when Heath Ledger was nominated for Brokeback Mountain, and then Philip Seymour Hoffman. I don't remember what movie he won in, but then like that was kind of like a tough category. But then like I was kind of 50-50 in that, But one acting battle that I was really upset about is when Anthony Hopkins won for Best Actor instead of Chadwick Boseman.
For what year was this?
I
Do you
think
know?
it was 2 or 3 years ago, because Chadwick Boseman, this was like around like a year or so after he died, and he was nominated for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
Oh, okay.
For Anthony Hopkins, I don't know what movie he was
It
in.
might have been. What's that called? Zach just talked about it on the main show. Elephant Man.
Elephant.
I
I
think
know that's one of the
so.
movies.
Yeah.
That's one that did not get nominated for anything.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
But I mean, I just saw it like scrolling through the list.
Yeah,
so I don't
yeah.
know who's in the movie.
Yeah, that was another thing too. And speaking of movies, there are some movies I did the same thing for movies. Like one that I'm really mad that didn't win for Best Picture is Saving Private Ryan.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
man.
It-
Okay. I
it
guess I
lost-
haven't looked up enough.
It lost for Shakespeare in Love.
That
which-
sounds so boring. Saving Private Ryan was awesome.
I know. Like, I mean, Gwyneth Paltrow, she won for Best Actress for that movie, but it didn't need to win Best Picture. I'm sorry.
Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah.
Right.
Saving Private Ryan was better.
Yeah, the special effects and everything. I mean, most of them were like practical effects, so
Yeah.
they all looked pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then another one was The Wolf of Wall Street versus 12 Years a Slave.
Who won
12 Years a Slave.
for Best Picture?
Yeah.
I
can
also,
see that.
I've not seen either of those.
I know The Wolf of Wall Street is good.
Yeah.
I personally like 12 Years a Slave better, honestly.
Really?
Fair enough.
Yeah, I thought it was better. I mean, I'm not super crazy into The Wolf of Wall Street. That's like another one of those film bro things, I think.
Yeah, I mean, just based on like the content, I would imagine that 12 Years a Slave is more of a compelling story.
Well,
than,
yeah.
Yes,
White
very
guy-
very different stories.
Yeah,
those
white
two.
guy gets rich. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
And then going back to Brokeback Mountain a little bit, Crash won for Best Picture instead of Brokeback Mountain. That was pretty much one of the biggest Best Picture debates at that time because Brokeback Mountain was so like it had a great story and it had a compelling audience who watched that movie, but like I don't know, that was just one big debate like back in the day. I was just looking up Best Picture debates. And another one was The Shape of Water versus Lady Bird or Dunkirk.
Oh, I do remember hearing about this.
Yeah.
Shape of Water is it's just a weird movie.
It is.
It's just a weird, like that doesn't make it bad. It's
Yeah.
just a really weird movie. So I think that was part of the debate around it is because it's such a, again, just lack of a better term, weird movie.
Yeah, it is. And then going back to my point, like early on, like and I was saying this, you would think that like, you know, with some actors who have been in the business for so long that they would be nominated for an Oscar, but some haven't. Like Bruce Willis, he's never been nominated for an Oscar.
Okay.
And let me see, Richard Gere, he's never been nominated. Kerry Washington, for one. I'm really hoping she gets that nomination one day. But then for actors who have been nominated but they've never won an Oscar, Tom Hanks. I definitely think he should have won for Forrest Gump.
I mean,
Yeah.
Or Mr. Rogers, I feel like.
Yeah, I thought that I remember him getting an award for that. Or was it the movie itself got an award? Somebody got an award with Mr. Rogers.
It got an award, it just never won.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a good movie, too.
It really was. And then Margot Robbie, I mentioned that already. And then Jennifer Lopez, she's never been nominated, but she played Selena in the movie Selena years ago. And then Hustlers, which I saw, she was fantastic.
she was really good in that.
She was. And she didn't get nominated.
Yeah. I know I could be remembering this wrong. I know for a while there was debate of like, is she a good actor or not? Because she was coming, if I'm not wrong, she was coming from music. And so there was debate around the Selena movie. Is she a good actor? And I think with Hustler, she was like, yeah. I am, yeah.
I mean, look at Lady Gaga. I mean, she did,
Yeah,
she did A Star Is
same
Born.
exact thing, yeah.
Yeah. But then she didn't win for Best Actress, but she won for Original Song. And she was good in this movie, too. So.
Oh, absolutely.
But then, let me see. I do want to go into animated movies real quick because I know you want to do like TV shows real quick. So I'll explain my animated movie snubs real quick. The Lego Movie that never got nominated, and then Monsters Incorporated and Tangled, those never got nominated.
Tangled makes sense. Monsters Inc. is pretty surprising because of how like different they were. Pixar, when it was getting started, was very. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but what I'm saying is Monsters Inc. should have gotten an award.
They were pushing the envelope a little bit in terms of,
Exactly.
especially children's movies. Yeah.
Yes.
But then
the
here's
3D
the-
animation
Yeah.
was totally different than a lot of
Yeah.
the other stuff that was out.
Yeah, but then
Pixar's
here's
great.
no, it's okay. Sorry, I keep on. But here's the thing with Tangled though, it was nominated for Best Original Song for "I See the Light," but it didn't get nominated for Best. Yeah.
I don't even remember that song.
Yeah, I know what song it is, but in terms of every Disney song that's ever come out, it's like, it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's like fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Right.
And then the Simpsons movie, like people were so mad about that one back in the day. I'm like, the Simpsons movie was alright.
It was very good when I was growing up. That was, well, I don't know. I was probably 4 or 5 when that movie came out, which makes me sound really young. But I don't know. But I remember I had the DVD, and I would like rewatch it so many times that I just totally wore the disc out. I had to like buy a second one.
I've never seen it.
It's really. I mean, if that tells you anything, it's pretty good.
It's good.
I mean, I
Yeah.
like it. If you like The Simpsons.
Speaking of The Simpsons, I'm actually doing like a play based on the Simpsons episode, Mr. Burns, where I'm doing that for my dramaturgy class.
Nice.
Like, but off topic, but I was gonna do like my favorite Academy Awards real quick, but then I promise I will get to you in a second. But
Go for it.
But my favorite ones were in 2014, and then 2016, and then I think 2019, because those were movies that I had seen in the past, and it really had like a really good like chunk of category of movies, from like Birdman, from American Sniper to The Imitation Game, The Theory of Everything, Whiplash, And then La La Land and Hacksaw Ridge. I
Yeah.
saw those. And then Black Panther, A Star is Born, and Bohemian Rhapsody. But I will say this, I was kind of bitter that Black Panther did not win Best Picture, even though, like, the Academy's funny in that way. They want, like, a movie that had, like, a more compelling story that's not superhero to win. I get that, but I felt like that should have won. So that's one of my snubs from Academy Awards in the past, but now on to you.
Oh yeah, I don't.
Because he has TV shows.
So basically, when I was doing research for this episode, don't necessarily care about.
Yeah, you don't care.
I don't really care about awards. I think they're fun. Like I think if they are, I think they can be given to a movies that are like deserving of it. And I think most of the time they are. But like, I just don't care. Like if a movie's good, a movie's good.
Yeah, Owen's given me a new perspective on award season because I remember we did this last year and like they just don't contribute to anything.
Yeah.
Well, the Grammys they do because like they help with like musicians, but when it comes to the Academy, like they just don't do anything. So I have like
Right.
I have like a better perspective on
It's
it.
nice recognition, but it really doesn't mean anything.
Right,
It's any award.
Yeah,
Honestly.
like all of those like actors and directors and producers, everybody, they all definitely deserve like the respect and the clout that
Yes.
comes with the awards.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really like do anything. I
Yeah.
mean, like, it doesn't make the movie make more money or anything like that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, not directly at least.
No.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of looking at movies or TV shows that I just think are underrated. Maybe they weren't deserving of an Oscar or an Academy Award, whatever. I just think they're underrated. The first one, movie-wise, was Swiss Army Man. Have either of you heard of that?
I've heard of it. I've not seen
heard
it.
of
So it's got Daniel Radcliffe in it. The premise is basically that like this man gets. It's been a second since I've seen it. This guy gets shipwrecked or like lost in the woods, and he stumbles across this dead body, right? And he's trying to like save it so that he can like bury it.
I remember it, and he
Yep.
just kind of carries it around.
He kind of carries it around, and then because he's alone, he like starts talking. It's very like much like a Castaway
Right.
situation where he like starts talking to it, and it starts speaking back, and the corpse is Daniel Radcliffe. And then through this, he finds out that he can use this corpse as like a Swiss Army tool, and from there, it's kind of a lighthearted comedy, but you find out a bunch about this main guy's life through their relationship. So the film is like almost entirely them. It's like a lot of practical effects. It's shot entirely just in like the Northern California woods. It's just a very, very cool movie. It's got a very compelling emotional story, which I appreciate. It's very hard to pull off a internal arc the way that they did. And I think they did it very, very well. Other movies I think are underrated. Ingrid Goes West. So that has got
What was it again?
Ingrid Goes West. That's got Aubrey Plaza and Elizabeth Olsen in it.
Funny you say that. I just saw the video of her at the
Yeah.
at the SAG Awards.
Yeah.
But,
But basically, that movie essentially is about Ingrid, who Aubrey Plaza plays, becomes obsessed with this influencer who is Elizabeth Olsen, and it follows her like moving out, to, I believe LA, to like become friends with her, and then it's this whole. It just spirals from there, and it's a really good showcase of like, A, like what social media can do to people, and B, just like what depression can look like for a lot of people. And I just think that's a really, really cool topic. Other things that I think are underrated, Puss in Boots, the new one, it just came out, but it's so good.
Is it underrated? It's definitely been getting a lot of
It's
attention
nominated
and
for Best
love.
Animated
Yeah,
online.
I feel like anytime I mention it to someone, they're like, okay,
It's
but
so
it's
awesome.
Puss in Boots.
It's so
Yeah.
good.
But it's so good.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, it is one of the best movies I've seen in a very long time. And then in terms of TV shows, I think are underrated. Castlevania. It's based off the old Castlevania games.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. The
I
anime
don't,
or
it
whatever.
doesn't seem like your kind of movie, quite honestly, or TV show, quite honestly. But
I've heard of it,
it's
though.
so good. Animation is fantastic, compelling story, great world.
Games are great too.
Games, yeah. I haven't played the games, but I've heard they're great. What We Do in the Shadows is so funny. And then that's the highlights off of this list.
Highlights. I'm just looking up Castlemania. That's what you said?
Castlevania.
Castlevania.
So basically, it's about like the premise is basically like Dracula marries this woman, and she gets deemed as a witch, and the church kills her, and then so he presents it this thing of like, oh, you have 1 year to atone for your crimes, otherwise I'm going to bring the world to ruin. Yeah, and then the church doesn't do that, and then so he brings the world to ruin, and then basically the whole thing is following these three characters as they try to kill Dracula.
I'm thinking of an entirely different TV show because you said that. I'm like, oh wait, nah, I'm thinking of another show on ABC. But let me see if there was anything I missed real quick.
Owen, do you have anything off the top of your head that like?
Oh yeah.
Off the top of my head,
even not like award worthy, just things that should be
that are underrated
recognized.
or like should get more recognition or.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at this list here, and they're giving me some things like Fight Club never got nominated for an award.
Nope.
Terminator never got an award.
Nope.
That is total BS.
The Academy's funny that way because I always say they like to nominate movies on an independent movie spectrum based more than big budget films.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I just think it's really lame. Shawshank Redemption didn't get one either. I'm just scrolling down
that
here.
movie gives me the creeps.
Definitely a pretty unsettling movie.
It is.
But it's really good. It's got a really good story, I think.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, because I do feel like it's more about like the profit of what movies make now rather than telling the actual story and like for it being rewarded for it.
Oh yeah, I mean like Marvel is like the biggest, most famous thing that Disney owns.
Yeah.
And they just keep making more of it and it keeps getting worse.
And none of those films have been nominated for an Oscar besides Black Panther because it had a compelling story to it.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them do not. They're like, oh, big bad guy's coming to knock us all out. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, they've been
I
nominated.
don't even watch them anymore.
No.
Yeah, me neither. Like, I don't even know if I want to go see I want to go see the new Ant-Man movie, but then, like, Zach told me, like, he's told me things about it. I'm like, okay, because I trust him well enough to know that I can take his word on it, that it's not that great.
Yeah.
But I want to thank you both for joining me.
Of course. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. And thank you guys so much for watching. And stay tuned for our after Oscars show because the Oscars do premiere on Sunday, March 12th. And you will find out who wins and who didn't win and who we think should win. So stay on the lookout for that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
See ya.
See ya.
Deuces.
I can say right now,